we go straight from an Oscar winner to a U.S. Olympic bobsledder, an actual Olympian, here in the studio, Sam Michener, of course. So we've been talking about you leading up to the Olympics. I got to talk to you a couple times at the Olympics, right after you competed. Got to talk to your parents before that. They were wonderful and so proud of you. And now we actually have you in the studio, and somehow we did kind of like coordinate our outfits today.
It's great, isn't it?
I was trying to go red for USA. You've got that, the opposite. And this is your actual official Olympic outfit?
Some of it, yeah.
Wow. Oh my gosh. It's funny because a lot of the Olympians, I feel like it takes a lot of room in a suitcase to pack their outfit, but for bobsledding, it's actually like not that much stuff.
Yeah, we don't want to wear too much in the sleds, you know, like it's aerodynamic. So like we wear almost next to nothing in those sleds and competing in, you know, freezing temperatures.
Is it cold?
Oh,
or you're like moving fast enough that
very cold.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yes, obviously it is cold. Oh my goodness. Bobsleds, by the way, they go like how fast? 80 miles per hour?
Well, in Pyeongchang we hit about 86, but in some tracks we go about 96.
86 miles per hour. Now, what people should know, one thing I think is so cool about all the sliding sports, like bobsled, luge, skeleton, is that it's not like you were 5 years old and thinking, I'm going to go train to be a bobsledder.
Oh, yeah.
But you were doing track in Gresham and University of Idaho, and then one day you just decided to use your speed for bobsledding?
Well, I was recruited into it. My sports psychologist at U of I, he was on the Trinidad and Tobago bobsled team in the 80s, so he's the one that kind of connected me to like the USABS, of course the Bobsled Federation. And that's how I fell into it. But no, like I didn't grow up like, oh, I wanted to be a bobsled athlete. It was like football or track, you know. So a lot of it just kind of fell into it, and we're fortunate enough to, you know, find bobsled and kind of the knack for it as well.
And before you changed your mind to, right now, use your speed and do bobsledding, you were actually in med school?
For a little bit, yeah.
That's crazy. That's so different.
You can't do both, you know. So I was kind of doing both for a couple weeks, deciding what I want to do, and I finally had to pick one. My parents were very supportive. They're like, hey, you know what? You know, you're not going to get too much faster and stronger as you get older. Hopefully you don't get too much dumber. So you can go to bobsled and then maybe you can go back. So.
Right. Yeah. Is that still the hope? Go back to that?
Maybe. There's a lot of different opportunities I'm looking in. It's a possibility, but I don't really know yet.
Okay, now one thing, of course, when you join an Olympic team for the USA, you get a lot of attention on the internet. Sometimes for things that are not athletics related. You probably know where we're going with this. There was an article that came out at the beginning of the Olympics of, oh my goodness, have you seen how hot the U.S. men's Olympic team is? And we'll show you that in a second. There it is. So there's the article. I asked your dad about it, and he was like, well, it's just because he works really hard. He deserves all that attention. How does that feel for you?
I mean, it was great press, actually. You know, like actually, it's funny that, you know, we're hanging out in the Olympic Village, and we can always tell when an article is posted because followers start pouring in, and people start sending messages. It was actually really great. We loved it.
That's so hilarious. Yep, there you are. You were the first person listed on that whole article, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, okay, we actually all day have been working hard to make a bobsled. I mentioned this to you. We asked you if you had a bobsled. You said you were fresh out, unfortunately. But we made a bobsled, and I think, do we have a little time-lapse video of me? Yeah, this took me like an hour and a half. This is why I almost wasn't ready for the show today. But Sam, after the break, we will show you the completed version of the box sled, I'm calling it.
I can't wait.
And we will put it to the test here in the studio. We'll be right back.
She made me write everything because she was goofing off.
She what? Oh, made you write it.